shipping changes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. The 26th of June, 2020. And a couple of you have sent me the notices. I have known about this for about 2 weeks. June 12th was the original release, and PayPal has updated their legal agreement for buyers and sellers. Now, this normally would be huge, but most of us are being moved over to eBay's managed payments on July 15th or by the end of this year. So we won't be accepting payments through PayPal. This policy is going to be directed towards any of us, like myself, that buy or sell merchandise directly from other consumers, or maybe off of Instagram or off of Facebook or Craigslist, or wherever you would normally accept PayPal transactions without using eBay. Now, that's the reason that PayPal's made this update that I'm going to tell you about here in just a second, is because now that they don't have to rely on eBay's business like they did before, and they didn't really rely on it, but that they didn't do as much with eBay, there's really no need for this protection. I think this is a silly policy. I don't agree with this, but it's PayPal's prerogative. So what has happened on June 12, 2020 to go into effect July 31st, so the end of next month, is the following changes. We have added items for resale, including single item transactions or transactions including multiple items, as items that will be ineligible for reimbursement under PayPal's buyer protection. Now, there's an exemption to this, I'll tell you in a second. So if you go to Instagram and one of your Instagram followers says, I want to sell this bag of clothes, 50 pieces, $100, $2 a piece, and you're like, sweet, that's an awesome deal. And you buy it because you're going to buy it up and resell it, and it shows up and it's all stained and it's all torn up and it's damaged, or maybe it's missing 20 pieces, you have no buyer protection. So the two exemptions are, it says if it's not for resale. So if it's for resale, no buyer protection. I do this all the time. I buy lots of clothes or lots of ties or lots of jewelry or whatever off of Instagram, and all my followers from YouTube, I pay via PayPal. And so I'm not going to have any protection, but there is a way to get protection. So if it's not for resale, like if you're buying a Coach purse and you're going to keep it and use it, that would be considered good buyer protection. Now, how are they going to know? Because even if I buy a whole bag of clothes for 100 pieces for $200, I'm going to say, oh, no, I intended to keep it all. I'm never going to put it in writing that it was for resale, right? So kind of a gray area there. Okay, that's number one. Number two is if it comes from an actual wholesaler or retail company, you'll have buyer protection. So if you go on and pay via PayPal through Walmart or an Amazon return company, that would get protection. Not a lot of us do that. Some of us, but not a lot of us. So if there are viewers watching this video who regularly buy things through PayPal, like I do, for resale purposes and are scared of losing your buyer protection, what you can do is fund the transaction through a credit card. And I highly recommend not using your PayPal debit card, because that's a debit card. Yes, you can run that as credit, but PayPal might use that as a loophole to get out of protecting you. Use your own credit card to fund the transaction. If something goes wrong and PayPal's not willing to help you, or the seller is not willing to help you, you could just contact American Express or Chase. I have a Chase card, or Spark Business card, and literally, Capital One, and just say, hey, this is fraud. Here it is. Here's the evidence, and they will support you. Credit card companies almost always take their customer side. I'm not saying to use it to defraud somebody, but if you legitimately get taken, then you should definitely pursue that as an avenue to get your money back. But you have to have paid for it using an outside credit card. You certainly could use PayPal as a credit card, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so that's the first part. The section on eligibility for PayPal's buyer protection program has also been amended to clarify that if you are a buyer, you must now also attempt to contact the seller to resolve your issue before filing a dispute through the resolution center. So you do have to reach out to the seller first. There's no just seller's going to wake up all of a sudden with a case. You have to reach out as a buyer, or it's going to get closed against you. If you are a seller and you lose a claim under PayPal's buyer protection program, and the buyer's claim was that the item received was significantly not as described, you may not receive the item back, or you may be required to accept the item back and pay the return shipping cost. So this is saying they get discretion on whether the buyer actually has to send it back to you or not. So if you sell them a purse that's all damaged and they get it and they send PayPal a bunch of pictures and PayPal decides, yeah, it's damaged, they could just give them the money back and you're out everything. This is a huge opportunity for scammers to be scammers. Not a good idea, PayPal. Not gonna like that. We've added terms to the section on PayPal's seller protection program. Certain intangible items may be eligible for PayPal's seller protection, subject to meeting certain intangible goods additional requirements. This would be digital goods, downloads, private videos, things like that that I sell would certainly be protected. Now, a lot of them already are. So when you buy like a training course from me or an ebook, I have protections. People can't just buy it, download it, and do things like that. It doesn't work that way. To be eligible for PayPal seller protection, a new basic requirement is that the payment must be marked eligible or partially eligible in the case of unauthorized transaction claims, or eligible in the case of items not received claims for PayPal seller protection on the transaction page detail. We've clarified what is required as proof of shipment and delivery for both physical and intangible goods. So essentially, if you buy something from me, I have a website that automatically sends it to you. It provides you a receipt that you get the email. So when you open it up, my website tracks that you've opened the website. It tracks when you click on the link. It tracks when you download it. It tracks your IP. Anything like that happens, that's my proof that you received the product that you bought from me intangibly. And that would be, I've had cases closed over people legitimately trying to scam, and PayPal has covered it. So don't try it. We've clarified what is required as proof of those shipments or deliveries. You can read the entire user agreement. I'll link this story and the user agreement below. I actually have it up on my iPad right now. It is 86 pages. If you intend on reading it, I have, simply because that's how I am. I know everything about the business, and I like to know the little things they sneak in there. This is updated as of July 31st, 2020. And this user agreement is a contract between you and PayPal Ltd, a Singaporean company. A lot of you probably don't know that. Okay, anyway, so when you scroll down the agreement, it's pretty far down for these upgrades. The first probably 20 or 30 pages are all the, you are a customer, you have a balance, you agree to give us your information, you agree to this, you agree to that. Anyways, that's like the first literally 20, 30 pages as I just scroll through the agreement. But you can find this stuff down at the bottom, and it'll give you all of the information that you need. So those of you doing transactions directly through PayPal, please be aware of this. It starts at the end of next month. You do not have buyer protection for resale goods anymore. So either trust the person you are buying from, know them, be comfortable with them. Never trust anyone, but there are some people I trust a lot. And if not, make sure that you pay with your credit card, preferably your outside credit card, so you can do a chargeback to cover your butt in case something happens. Okay, update from PayPal. I'll upload this video for you guys. Enjoy it. I have another one coming for you. So have a wonderful Friday, wonderful rest of your weekend. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for more information, videos, and news updates like this from the world of eBay, Amazon, PayPal, Poshmark, Shopify, Etsy, and anywhere else. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.